स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा इरादा कर लिया हमने, देश से अपने ये वादा कर लिया हमने।
एक पवित्र सी हवा बहेगी,
उज्ज्वल उज्ज्वल हो भारत,
कोना कोना निर्मल होगा,
विश्व कहेगा जय भारत।
जाग उठेंगे भाग्य हमारे, स्वच्छ बनेगा ये भारत।
In Delhi, nearly 50,000 women and men are out on the roads every morning. They head to residential areas, offices, hospitals and garbage dumps. These are the waste pickers of Delhi. Delhi generates nearly 10,000 metric tons of waste. This army of workers recycles almost 2,500 tons, or 25% of this, and prevents it from being thrown into landfills. While many people have a poor opinion of waste pickers, others don't even notice them. Yet, these are the hands that keep Delhi clean. This is Kokan. He is the king of Pandara Park in New Delhi. Well, a kind of king of a kind of empire. For the last decade, he has been going door to door picking up the trash from this locality. They expect him every day at their doorstep and miss him when he's absent. Kokan's morning is possible because the New Delhi Municipal Corporation, or the NDMC, has included him in their plan for Pandara Park. The NDMC tied up with Chintan, an organization that works on waste issues with waste pickers, in order to offer the residents doorstep waste collection services by their own local waste pickers.
चिंतन नाम की जो संस्था है, उस चिंतन नाम की संस्था से हमने एक करार किया। उसमें ये कहा कि वो इस कार्य को, जो इनफॉर्मल सेक्टर को है, उसको रेगुलेट करने का कार्य वो अपने लेवल पर करे। उसके लिए हमने एनजीओ को ऑथराइज कर दिया कि आप हमारे एरिया में से घरों से कूड़ा एकत्रित कर सकते हैं, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ जो सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट रूल्स हैं उनका भी ध्यान रखा जाए। तो इनफॉर्मल सेक्टर को इस तरीके से जोड़ा गया है और जो भी वो कूड़ा उसमें से बीनते हैं उसमें हमें कोई एतराज़ नहीं होता है और वो उस कूड़े को बीन कर जो रिसाइकलर्स हैं उनको देते हैं। और क्योंकि मेरे को अभी ये भी नॉलेज में आया कि जो एनजीओ चिंतन है उसको दिल्ली पोल्यूशन कंट्रोल बोर्ड जो है उसने भी रिकॉग्नाइज़ किया हुआ है और ई वेस्ट वगैरह के लिए उनको रिकॉग्नाइज़ भी किया इन सब चीज़ों के लिए।
The inclusion took place in many stages. Initially, the NDMC funded Chintan to identify, train and organize waste pickers in the municipality. Then, they contracted Chintan to work with waste pickers to offer doorstep services. They also gave Chintan cycle rickshaws. They charge about 60 to 75 rupees per month from each household. Apart from their expenses towards the upkeep of the rickshaw, which is also derived from this money. For the waste pickers, nothing mattered more than the identity card and uniform that they received.
जो चिंतन हमारा जो है बहुत भाई लोगों को जो है सुविधा भी दे रखा है। जैसे किसी के पास काम नहीं हो तो काम दे रहा है, किसी के पास नौकरी नहीं तो वो भी दे रहा है। हाँ, चिंतन से सुविधा मिली है, चिंतन से मिला है, ये सुविधा मिला। पुलिस वाला ऑपरेशन करते थे, ये मिला। अच्छा, पहले कॉलोनी में तो बहुत सारा आदमी लोग घूमते थे, चोर बदमाश घूमते थे, उससे भी राहत मिला। और घर में जाता हो तो कूड़ा पहले अलग अलग मिक्स कर देते थे, तो हम लोग घर घर में जाके समझाया तो कूड़ा भी हमें अलग ही मिल रहा है। हम 2 थैला लेके जाते, गीला और सूखा कूड़ा लेके आते।
Chintan is making an effort to include this sector in the waste management in cities. Their recommendations include exclusive rights of doorstep collection by waste pickers. All waste should be kept by waste pickers so that they can earn from it. All waste pickers to be identified, registered and given an identity card so they can be included in the plans of the municipalities. The waste pickers also talk about the need for space for their work. The master plan of Delhi does not adequately ensure space for ward and colony level segregation, waste storage or waste recycling. To address this issue, space for waste segregation, composting and storage should be provided at colony, ward, district and municipal level. Many waste pickers are also composting wet waste, but they believe that they could earn better if there was a buyback option by the municipalities at fixed rates and allowing composting in designated areas. The NDMC has 1,048 surveyed waste pickers. Not all of them can work in doorstep collection. Take the case of Mukta Begum. She is 46 years old and has been working with waste since the last 20 years. Her life as a migrant has been hard, more so because she is a woman with no close family making it in the city of Delhi on her own.
जो हमारे आदमी जाता थी कबाड़ी में, मैं कहती थी तुम कहाँ जा रहे हो रोज जल्दी जल्दी नहा धो के, बोला मीटिंग में जाती हूँ। मैं बोला मेरे को ले आ जाएगा और टाइम पास होगा, थोड़ा सा देखूंगा, लेके गया। अभी इतना अच्छे आदमी लोग आ रहे हैं, अच्छे अच्छे बात हो रहे हैं काम की बारी में, चिंतन लालाई बलाई में हम लोग का गरीबों का आगे सहायता होती है, कभी पैसों भी नहीं खाती है। इसी वास्ते हम लोग का मन चिंतन से दबा हुआ है, चिंतन से अभी तक जमा हुआ है।
She spent years working behind a dhalao or community bin in Kautilya Marg, collecting waste and segregating it. This not only made her work unsafe and unhealthy for her, but also elicited complaints from passers-by. But things changed. The NDMC, along with Chintan, decided to convert the dhalao into a Domestic Hazardous Waste Collection Centre or DHWCC. Waste in Delhi has dramatically changed. It is no longer possible to classify it into merely wet and dry. Toxic components, such as batteries, must be disposed of separately. E-waste, a growing waste, must also be handled separately. But where can someone drop off such waste? Exactly here, at the Domestic Hazardous Waste Collection Centres in New Delhi Municipal Council.
इसके बावजूद भी हमने 5 सेंटर ऐसे बनाए जिनको हम कहते हैं डोमेस्टिक हैजार्डस वेस्ट सेंटर्स। वहाँ क्या है कि कुछ लोग उनको समझ नहीं होती है, वो अपना ई वेस्ट या कोई हैजार्डस वेस्ट उस कूड़े में डाल देते हैं। तो हमने अब ये सेंटर बना के अपने एक 311 नाम का एक ऐप है, NDMC 311, उस ऐप में हमने ऑलरेडी इसका प्रोविज़न कर दिया है और लोगों को टेलीफोन नंबर भी इन सेंटर पर लिख दिए हैं कि अगर आपके घर में कोई ई वेस्ट है या कोई ऐसा वेस्ट जिसको आप डोमेस्टिक वेस्ट नहीं समझते तो वो इन सेंटर पर हमें ला कर दे दें। वो जो NGO है वो हमारे इन सेंटर्स को चलाते हैं और उन्होंने अपने कुछ लोगों को ऑर्गेनाइज़ किया हुआ है, वो चाहे वो रैग पिकर्स हैं या उनके अपने वर्कर्स हैं, और उनके वॉलंटियर्स वहाँ पर आकर उसको सेग्रीगेट करके ले जाते हैं और जो बाकी कूड़ा बचता है वो फिर हमारे कूड़ेदान में आता है और उसको उसी पद्धति से फिर हम उठाते हैं और लेकर अपने वेस्ट एनर्जी प्लांट में ले जाते हैं।
While the idea was being discussed, Mukta Begum shared a few ideas of her own. She's already part of a waste pickers association called Safai Sena and wanted to showcase something new to her peers. She volunteered to look after the DHWCC situated at Kautilya Marg, New Delhi, as long as needed. But even this didn't seem like a solution for Mukta's everyday challenges. One of the biggest advantages of this was that Mukta Begum was able to tell those who disposed of waste from the offices nearby about the new collection centre and why it was important. Moreover, the patch behind the dhalao looked much cleaner. Finally, Mukta was able to take credit for her work, recycling over 20% of the city's waste every day because people began to praise her work. The NDMC has now given Chintan a total of 7 such sites, all run by waste pickers from the neighborhood and monitored by Chintan. These are DHWCC at Kautilya Marg, DHWCC in front of Palika Nivas, DHWCC at Madhulime Marg near Railway Underpass, DHWCC at Humayun Road near Modern School, DHWCC behind Modern School, Todarmal Lane, Bengali Market, DHWCC behind BSNL Building, Harish Chandra Mathur Lane, Janpad, and DHWCC at Amrita Shergill Lane near Lodi Garden. An iconic brand and the first large-scale shopping mall in South Delhi, Select City Walk, also collaborated with Chintan to help them become zero waste.
The mall today is a 10-year-old institution, and right from the beginning we were very clear that we wanted to be a very green building. And for us, green just didn't mean in how we construct the building. Of course, there are norms around gilding, but also to live green on a daily basis. One of the main areas that we focused on was garbage, because a mall of this nature has about 175 stores, has thousands of people who walk through it every day, and there's all kinds of garbage produced. So there is wet garbage, there is garbage which is recyclable, which is cyclable. There is garbage which needs to be disposed of in terms of electronics. So for all these purposes, we partnered with Chintan. We felt that it was an organization that provided us a one-stop shop to meet all our needs.
With 55,000 to 60,000 number of people on an average visiting the mall each day, approximately 925 kilograms of waste is generated daily. Offering a plethora of cuisines, the food court at Select City Walk is one of the most frequented places in the mall, with 4,000 visitors daily. With huge amounts of food consumption on a day-to-day basis, the amount of wet waste or food waste generated is approximately 825 kilograms. Waste management begins at the food court itself. The waste is generated into wet and dry in a room located at the back for this purpose. The segregated waste is then taken to the basement, where Chintan Safai Sena takes over to further segregate. The dry waste is picked up, hyper-segregated, and then sent for recycling by the waste pickers. In this way, very little waste, mostly non-recyclable, enters the municipal system. This is a win-win because both the planet and the municipality are less stressed. The wet waste is processed to produce compost. It is fed into an organic waste converter, which has a capacity of processing 200 kilograms of organic waste per day. Around 20 kilograms of organic waste is processed at one go. After 5 minutes of rotation time, bioculum, an absorbent along with dry leaves, is added to the organic waste. This waste is processed by the organic waste converter in 15 minutes. Then it is placed in the curing system. Every alternate day, each basket needs to be processed in the organic waste converter for 15 minutes approximately. In 10 days, the compost is ready for use. At Select City Walk, this compost is used to maintain the gardens and is also available for use by the general public. Apart from composting the wet waste and recycling the dry waste, the management of Select City Walk has also taken various initiatives to mainstream Chintan's vision to provide better livelihood to the waste pickers.
Now, with Chintan, we do lots and lots of, I would say, camps, pop-ups, where we involve the rack pickers. We involve collection points. So, for example, we did a whole program, I think last year, around e-waste. We created where people can come and leave their e-waste, so it's properly segregated, managed, and it doesn't go and leach into the environment. Our wet waste is in an air-conditioned room, so it doesn't smell because it creates rotting. Then came the big issue of cardboards. We told the shops that we'll you don't worry about it. You give us a call, we'll collect it from you, so that you don't go out and throw it in different areas and things like that. So we said, don't do that. Give it to us and we'll deal with it and we'll find the right agency. So all garbage collection is now centralized with the mall. And also we were quite clear that we didn't want to sell our garbage to them, because we realized that this garbage that they were taking from us was going to be used to remove street children who were in the garbage collection across the city.
Today, thanks to partnerships like these, even old women, otherwise scorned by their families, find a livelihood and dignity. But it isn't only these women. Data shows that waste pickers and recyclers save Delhi 3.6 times more greenhouse gas emissions than any other waste project in India approved for carbon credits. In other words, waste pickers are key urban warriors on the ground against climate change. Every Indian is touched by the railways in some way or the other. Every day at the New Delhi railway station alone, over 300 trains and 360,000 passengers come in. In several trains, packed, ready-to-eat meals are provided, resulting in large amounts of waste. Shops, restaurants and the passengers' own food and packaging adds to this waste. Previously, this waste was either being trashed on platforms or burned and strewn along the platforms. Chintan has trained over 115 waste pickers to undertake various aspects of the work and provided them with uniforms and identity cards so that they are recognized as legitimate waste collectors and recyclers. On an average, this partnership alone handles over 2 tons of waste each day from the railway stations and provides safe, secure and stable livelihoods to the workers involved in the project. The railways save costs of disposing of nearly several hundred tons of waste in a landfill annually. Many urban Indians think of waste pickers as filthy people who should be kept far away from their homes. But these 3 organizations have shown how embracing and partnering with waste pickers has helped them as well as the waste pickers. The rules are still to go on ground, as these waste pickers work towards a Swachh Bharat, being hopeful of a better tomorrow.